Hello, Mr. Fulton. How are you? My name is Sarah. I'm going to be your dietitian.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking. So how's your weekend been so far?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Did you watch either the basketball game for U of L or UK?
UK, of course.
Okay. So you think they're going to win the national championship this year?
They better.
So, you having a great weekend? Anything exciting?
No, nothing exciting.
Well, I see that your doctor has referred you here for high cholesterol. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
Don't know much about high cholesterol and what it'll do to me, so I guess that's why they sent you over.
Yes, that would be a good reason to send me over. Do you remember what your last levels were?
No.
You do not? Okay. Doctor didn't send that over, so just kind of curious.
400, 500, 600.
Okay, so to be considered high cholesterol, you have to have levels over 240 or higher. So you probably had a level of about 240.
Okay.
But we could always have your doctor test you and then send over to me so we know the exact level. But so pretty much high cholesterol is when you have more LDL, which is a bad cholesterol and like blocking your arteries and in the blood, and then HDL, which is the good cholesterol. There's not enough of it to kind of remove the LDL and then take it back to the liver.
Okay.
So high cholesterol can cause like heart attack, block arteries, stroke, death, anything like that. So we definitely do not want that to happen. And this is going to be for you. You get to keep it if you have any questions. And then pretty much cholesterol, it makes hormones in the body, vitamin D, and is found in compounds like bile, and bile breaks down carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
So you do want some cholesterol, but you don't want too much cholesterol.
Sure.
So that's kind of the reason probably why you were sent here. So, but then I'll let you keep this.
Okay.
And so you're on, I see that you are on a high cholesterol medication.
Yes.
As well as high blood pressure.
Yes.
Okay. So you've been having trouble with blood pressure as well?
No, it's under control.
Okay. Okay. And then also for depression?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to double check, make sure I got everything. I'm sorry, this is just kind of what the doctor sent me over. And then I also see that you would like to go over weight management, eating out, meal planning, and good food snacking.
Yes.
Okay, we can definitely make sure we go over that while we're here. But first I would kind of like to go over with you your 24-hour recall.
Okay.
Which is, like you just did here, just wrote down 24 hours what you ate. And then I kind of wanted to go over a little bit of some of the things that I've noticed, and hopefully we can, come up with some foods that maybe you could substitute. But so just real quick, so I see for breakfast you had 2 burritos from McDonald's, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then a hash brown in a diet?
Correct.
Okay, and so that was about 7:30, usually eat around 7:30?
Yes.
Okay. And then I see at 12 you had about 4 donuts.
Yes.
Okay. Is that kind of common?
No.
Okay.
No. Eat at 12, but not 4 donuts.
Not 4 donuts. Okay. Just wanted to double check with that. And then I see you ate again at 6.
Correct.
And you had a soft pretzel.
Yes.
Chicken tenders, French fries, and then also some Diet Pepsi.
Correct.
Do you usually drink Diet Pepsi?
Yes.
Is it your drink of choice?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And then I also see that you had an ice cream cone after that.
Yes.
Where did you get the ice cream cone?
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen? Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking some notes. Okay, so, anything else that we might have missed?
No, I think that was it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so, based on your 24-hour recall, you consumed about 3,497 calories. And is that a typical day for you, or is that just because it's a weekend, so you ate out a little more?
Probably the weekend, yes.
Okay, okay. And then from that, you had 65 grams of added sugar, 62 grams of saturated fat, and 5,961 milligrams of sodium.
Okay.
And the normal is usually about 2,300. And then for saturated fat, about 22 grams. And then for the added sugars, about 50 grams. And so I just got that off of my plate, which is kind of how like we can put like what you told us you ate, and then it just kind of punches out a bunch of numbers for us. So obviously, for someone who has high cholesterol, sodium, saturated fat, added sugars aren't super the best. But I have another handout that I'll give you as well with some foods so I can kind of show you a little bit.
Okay.
But one thing that I noticed, and that you probably don't even know, but just the breakfast burritos alone had 1,288 calories just by themselves.
Wow.
And then it had 29 grams of saturated fat, which was already over normal amount, and 3,546 milligrams of sodium, which was already putting you over.
Oh.
And then the donuts, the 4 donuts had 1,408 calories. And then the pretzel, because there was probably some salt on there, had about 809 milligrams of salt. So I'm not really as concerned with the pretzel as I am the breakfast burritos, because obviously that's a lot of sodium just from 2 little breakfast burritos. So then everything else looked pretty good, wasn't too high, which was good. The Diet Pepsis, you know, they were really only about 100 calories for like a large, and then for a medium it was a little bit under that, so not too concerned about that. So this is, you know, just like from what you ate. So you had 21 ounces of refined grains, which was over the grains of about 6 ounces. That was probably from the breakfast burritos as well, and the pretzels. You had 1 1/4 cup of veggies, which is good. You only need really about 2 cups a day, so you're already in great there. 2 1/2 cups of dairy. You just need about 3, so you're already doing great on that. Protein, you are at about 5 ounces, and you need about 5 1/2 a day, so you were great on that. But I didn't see that you had any fruit. Do you not like fruit, or?
No, just didn't have any.
Okay, so I saw that you were allergic to strawberries.
A little bit.
Okay, so we'll definitely make sure that we will not have strawberries anywhere in the diet, just because we don't want you feeling bad. So those were just, and I just got these off of my plate as well, which kind of tells you based on your age how many you should be eating per day. So really the only thing that I saw was the refined grains, which can cause some buildup as well. So we want to kind of switch out to whole grains as much as possible. If we can't, that's understandable. But if we need to, just kind of lower down the refined grains a little bit. But so I have another handout for you, and this is I have high cholesterol. What can I eat? So you want to make sure that you are eating healthy cholesterol, and that could be some oat bran, barley, beans, apples, pears, olive or peanut oil, nuts, seeds, avocados, whole grains, like I said, lean meat, salmon, tuna, herring, if you like fish. If not, we can find some other substitutes for that. And then bad examples of cholesterol are like red meats with a lot of visible fat, organ meats like liver, full fat dairy products like ice cream, milk, and yogurt, baked goods with saturated or trans fats like donuts, cakes, and cookies, foods containing partially hydrogenated oil, deli meats, sticks of margarine or butter, fried foods, and then store-bought dough. So then there's that for you as well. And then with that, you know, you had the donuts and then the ice cream. So those were really the only 2 things that I saw on the 24-hour recall that were, you know, high in the bad. So do you have any questions so far? I know I've gone over a lot of information.
Yeah, you won't let me eat the fun food.
not going to eliminate all the fun foods because that's definitely not something we can do right away. But you know, maybe instead of 4 donuts, we just narrow it down to 2. Which, I mean, I can understand that kind of being tough if you're on the go. But so we will definitely make sure that we keep some fun foods, just not as many, if you're okay with that.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So I also saw that, you know, weight management was something that you wanted to focus on as well. And so I calculated the amount of calories you're supposed to eat per day, and that's 3,249 calories. And then if you want to lose about a pound a week, we have to take about 1,000 calories away a day. And if you want to do a half pound a week, you have to take about 500 away. So you should be eating probably between 2,249 and between 2,749. So just kind of like a 500 calorie kind of thing. But if that's something that you're wanting to do, we can go ahead and, you know, give you some ideas for both the cholesterol and the weight loss.
That's fine.
Okay. So let me go. Okay, so you do not like Brussels sprouts, guacamole, or asparagus?
No.
You just not like the taste of them?
Right.
Okay. Okay, so we'll definitely make sure we don't put any of that. So, what are some examples of food that you would eat based on this?
I like green beans,
okay.
corn, brown beans, black beans, peas, yes, I like peas.
Okay, and what about some fruits?
Apples, bananas, I like oranges. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, definitely doable. I can kind of give you some ideas of where we could like put these in, so you're getting the limit you need per day. So definitely, like for breakfast, it's definitely, you know, a lot of people prefer fruits for breakfast. So maybe we could do something like a smoothie, like a strawberry banana smoothie with some low-fat milk. Kind of, you know, just depends on what you like to buy. And do you kind of know what milk you usually tend to
Skim.
skim? Okay, awesome. That's great. So we could definitely do a skim milk strawberry banana smoothie if you're interested in that. Toast. You like toast?
Mm-hmm.
Like eggs?
Sure.
Okay. So you can definitely do some toast as well. Now the question is, do you like butter?
Of course.
Okay. Do you usually use a lot of butter?
Usually margarine.
Okay. Okay. So definitely we want to make sure we limit that because margarine is one of the bad cholesterol foods. So if you want to use margarine, definitely not put as much on there.
So regular butter is better?
I would say so. There are some healthy ones, but I know those don't always taste as great. So if you are wanting to use the margarine, just not a super ton on the toast, if you even would want the toast. And then you could also do like grapes, if you liked grapes, or blueberries. So pretty much like smoothies in the morning, kind of an easy way to go. And then if you wanted to, you could do 2 donuts and a glass of milk, because that allows you to get the dairy. And that's also some less calories, because like I said, I don't want to take all the fun foods away from you, and you wouldn't like that either. So we're definitely going to make sure we can at least have some in there for you. And then for like vegetables, for lunch, I guess, were you kind of on the go that day? Because it doesn't really let you
Yes.
have a lunch. Okay, okay.
Normally I'd have a sandwich or something from the hot bar, like chicken breast or
Okay.
something along that line.
And do you know if the chicken breast had, like, kind of like, was it tossed in crumbs or?
No, they usually do it without that.
Okay, so it's definitely the, like without skin,
Yes,
usually? Oh, that's great, great. And then do you have vegetables with that? Or-
sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Is it just hard to get the vegetables? or just doesn't look appetizing that day?
Not a good variety.
Yeah, okay, okay. So variety, at work, is that usually where you eat lunch? So work variety makes it
Yes.
difficult. Okay, okay. So you definitely like the chicken. What else would you have with that if you don't have vegetables?
They usually do some sort of side for a vegetable. Sometimes they'll do a medley. Sometimes I'll get that.
Okay, and what's usually in the medley? You can't remember.
Squash, mushrooms, onion, peppers.
So do you like mushrooms, peppers?
Mhm.
Okay, because you can definitely get very creative with mushrooms and peppers, and with green beans, you kind of throw that all in there. You can get very creative with vegetables, but I understand it's tough at work.
Mhm.
And then would you have like a dessert with that?
Yeah, usually maybe a cookie or a Rice Krispies treat.
Okay, okay, totally okay. You like those fun foods, so we're not gonna take those away from you. And then for dinner, because we're eating out that last night.
Yes.
Okay, so do you usually eat in, or do you guys
We
usually?
try to eat in as much as possible, but
Okay.
usually eat out about 3 times a week.
Okay, that's a lot better than eating out 7 days a week. So that's definitely a start. And what do you usually eat when you're at home?
We will have chicken breast. We can have brats. We'll have just all kinds of different stuff. Sometimes pastas, that type of thing.
So definitely a big variety.
Yes.
And then I noticed on here that you put that your wife usually cooks.
Yes.
Is she a good cook?
Yes.
So she definitely is a big part of
Yes.
the prepping. And then you all go and do it together, go shopping together.
Yes.
Well, that's definitely very, very good that you're going with her and you're being a part of everything. And that she's definitely seems like she's a great cook and that you're eating at home. But usually, what would you say you picked up when you guys go out? Is it usually just drive home, pick something up, eat at home?
Sometimes weekends we'll go to a local restaurant for whatever meal they might have. A lot of pizza.
Pizza. You really like pizza?
Love pizza.
Okay. So we'll mark that on here that you love pizza. And would you say that you eat healthier at home or healthier when you're out?
Home.
Home. Okay. Well, it definitely sounds like that when you're at home, you're having a lot of success with kind of keeping everything under. We'll have very pretty dogs, by the way.
Thank you. She wants a cameo appearance.
But so it sounds like that everything at home is great.
Yep.
And then just when eating out is when you tend to kind of struggle a little bit. Okay. And then when at work, when you eat out at work, you kind of struggle a little bit there because there's not good vegetables. Okay. Just making sure I get a good understanding of kind of everything so I can put it all together. But I've also noticed on here that you marked that you don't really enjoy exercise.
Well, who likes to get sweaty and hot?
True,
But,
true.
I used to exercise a lot more when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Because one thing on this handout, what are the causes of high cholesterol and lack of exercise and inactivity is a huge factor because exercise will help your body make more HDL, which can allow more LDL to be removed from the body. So exercise is definitely a great thing. We can kind of think of a plan like maybe walking the dogs with maybe your wife or your kids. So besides walking the dogs, what are some other types of exercise you like to do?
Well, I like to play golf, softball sometimes, go fishing, shooting sports.
I'm gonna need your
like a variety of exercise?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something that can be very helpful because, you know, walking the dogs does get boring after a while. But, you know, like going golfing on occasion, going fishing is great, and then shooting as well because, you know, just getting out there and moving. But then the, you know, getting exercise, like I said, does help with creating HDL, which removes the LDL. So getting exercise is great. If that's something you're interested in doing, we can, you know, kind of give you some variety that way. But last thing I'd like to do is set some goals.
Okay.
And they can be any kind of goals, like, you know, I want to eat an apple a day, or I want to, you know, walk the dogs just a little bit farther. So what are some goals that you think that you could do?
Well, I'd like to work on getting maybe lose a half pound to a pound a week.
Okay.
I'm proud of you, not you.
Okay. And how do you think you can go about doing that?
Just going to increase my mobility.
Okay.
Do more, you know, walking the dogs or ride bikes or something, you know, along that line.
Okay, so increase exercise.
Increase my
Anything else
exercise.
you could possibly think about?
No,
Okay. And
about it.
okay. And so, do you have another goal in mind, or was that about it?
Well, eat better.
Okay.
Get my nutrition better in line.
Okay. And do you think that today was helpful?
Sure, absolutely.
Like I said, you know, these are both your handouts. And if you have any questions, I'm going to give you my card so you can email me or call me. Anything that would be helpful for you. When would be a good time for you to meet again, if you would like to meet again?
Well, 2 weeks or a month.
Okay.
Maybe 2 weeks from now.
Okay, well, we can definitely do 2 weeks.
Okay.
Would you like it to be at your house again?
Sure.
Okay. I know that kind of being in an area you're comfortable with is very helpful. So, 2 weeks
Yes.
at your house.